ఇక్కడ వ్యూ రావట్లేదు. ఓకే ఓకే ఇంకొస్తుందా ఇంకొంచెం? ఇటు ఇక్కడ దాకా రావాలి అందరు. చాలు, సరిపోతుంది. పైన ఫ్రేమ్ పెట్టలాగా డ్రాగ్ చేయి. అది రైట్. ఓకే, గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఎవ్రీబడి. ఓకే ఓకే, ఇంకో చైర్ వేసుకుందాం. Okay, good morning once again everybody. Today we are meeting here for pension updates by Sri Devalapalli Srinivasa garu. At the outset I welcome Sri Devalapalli Srinivasa garu on the stage along with Mr. Venkat Subbaiah to accompany him. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Venkat Subbaiah. So I just introduce about him. Many of you may be knowing about him, but I am totally new, but I learned some certain aspects about him. It's my duty to share with you all whatever I know. I have noted about him. So it's an absolute honor for a privilege to introduce the stalwart of the Bank Officers Trade Union movement, a man whose life story is synonymous with resilience, leadership, and an unwavering pursuit of justice. Please join me in welcoming Comrade Devalapalli Srinivasa garu with your claps. Born in Bapatla, Andhra Pradesh, Comrade Murthy's remarkable journey in the banking sector began over 5 decades ago on May 22nd, 1972, when he joined Syndicate Bank as a temporary clerk in Hindupur. It was here that his foundation principles of unionism were forged. Mentored by the legendary late Comrade Karnam Venkateshwarlu of the State Bank of India, a revered leader of the AIBA affiliated workmen union, Comrade Murthy actively plunged into the local coordination committee. His fierce dedication to the cause was evident early on, so much so that management deferred his confirmation twice. A true badge of honor for any young activist. Upon his promotion to the officers cadre in 1978, Comrade Murthy was posted to Arsikre in the Hassan district of Karnataka. He seamlessly transitioned his activism to the officers sector, representing the district as a coordination committee member of AICOBOO. During this era, he drew direct inspiration from the legendary late Comrade L.V. Subramanian garu, widely adored as the father of the Bank Officers Trade Union movement. In 1985, Comrade Murthy's journey brought him to Hyderabad. His exceptional organizational skills and relentless drive quickly caught the attention of the leadership, leading to his election as the treasurer of the AIBOC Andhra Pradesh State Unit. In this pivotal role, he was further groomed by legendary stalwarts like Comrade Kovudi Narasimhan garu, the first General Secretary of the AP Bank Employees Federation. Comrade Murthy served the association with distinction through a highly turbulent era for the Syndicate Bank Officers Association, a period during which he received steadfast support from the senior leaders, Comrade Ayyadevara Ananta Krishna Rao. After nearly 3 decades of dedicated service, he took voluntary retirement under the SVRS scheme on April 28, 2001. However, Comrade's retirement did not mean rest for Comrade Murthy. In fact, it marked the beginning of his most historical battle as a second innings. Believing that the legal system is the most effective weapon against injustice meted out to retirees, he single-handled the situation legal action in the Karnataka High Court in October 2001. He legally challenged the wrongful fixation of basic pension in the 7th bipartite settlement. What followed was a marathon legendary legal battle that lasted 18 long years. Against all odds, Mr. Murthy won a historic victory, securing the rightful pension for retirees retrospectively, along with 9% interest. The monumental achievement permanently established a perennial remedy for retirees' justice across the bank industry. A victory we continue to witness and benefit from today. So, we are in the presence of a living legend, a visionary leader, and a relentless fighter for workmen's and retirees' rights. Please put your hands together and give a resounding welcome once again to Comrade Devulpalli Krishnamurthy garu. I request him to give his message and discussion on this pension updation. He prefers to have an interaction, but let us initially listen what he wants to convey. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Comrade Gyaneshwar and Venkat Subbaiah garu. In fact, it was a very short duration. I had interaction with Sri Venkat Subbaiah garu, because many a time he used to interact with me seeking clarifications and other things, and I thought it fit. In the wake of the present long adjournment of the case, of Singhal's case, unexpectedly to offer summer vacation. Actually, when a case is slated for final hearing, and that too part-heard cases, as already envisaged and crystal clear explained by Chief Judge, none other than Chief Justice of India, that it cannot be prolonged further and further. And he categorically emphasized this fact in his recent ventilating his dissatisfaction against the registry, who is playing the foul game. I can definitely say they play a foul game. And it is not a new phenomena insofar as the legal system is concerned. Actually, the confrontation between the bench and the registry has come to surface and limelight when the judgment pronounced by the erstwhile Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi, which went against Ambani's, was manipulated and fraudulently transformed as if it is in their favor. By that unexpected event, the Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi got furious, and he ventilated unstoppable anger against the registry, and he immediately ordered for constituted committee, 6 chief justice, 6 judges, 6 senior most judges, who are the permanent judges in the constitutional bench, along with the Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi. All those judges were succeeded and became the Chief Justice of the country subsequent to Ranjan Gogoi. That committee made a thorough probe into that issue, and they found that a lady stenographer in the registry has manipulated the judgment. It is a stigma to the judiciary. That's why he took disciplinary action against her. Reacting to that, she had even gone casting aspersions on Ranjan Gogoi, saying that she was subjected to sexual harassment. These are all the untold stories which many of you may be not knowing. That's why I have chosen this forum to explain all those things, which are not on record. The scene behind the curtain, what happened, must be known. So, after that, and here I wanted to tell you one important thing. This episode of Ranjan Gogai's stance, he has not only took disciplinary action against the stenographer, but also he invited a contingent of officials from Central Bureau of Investigation to sit permanently in registry office and conduct investigation of what all the communications that inflow and outflow from registry with magnified lens. That's how 4 complaints of mine to the Supreme Court on embezzlement of funds, of pension corpus funds, were attracted the attention of the CBI officials. All these things are not on record. I reiterate, it is not on the record, but still, the CBI officials, having seen my complaints, they took confirmation from the ministry seeking their permission for any investigation. Finance ministry gave a green signal, but a thorough instructions that it should be discreet investigation, because it should not be made public, it should not attract the media or anything, it should be a discreet investigation because it is directly connected to the banking confidence of the banking public. After all, banking is our raw material, semi-finished product, and finished product is cash. It is a peculiar feature for the banking industry. We deal with money, we manufacture money. Bankers, that's why it is a famous quotation is there. Bankers are not merely purveyors of money. In an important sense, they are the manufacturers of money. It is not my saying. It is banking theory and practice they have told. It is written. Bankers are not merely purveyors of money, but in an important sense, they are the manufacturers of the money. That's why the confidence of the banking public should not be shaken. Thereby, the banking will be entire banking system will be in doldrums. That is the reason why Ministry of Finance has given strict instructions to CBI to make a discreet investigation. They conducted the discreet investigation and they found 8 banks have committed serious offenses. Here, why I am telling this thing, let me be very clear here. Pension regulations, pension scheme in the banking industry has been adopted. In the pension scheme, while adopting, it is a precondition for the entire banks to execute a trust deed. In terms of the Income Tax Act, all banks have executed the trust deed. The trustee and beneficiary relationship between the retirees and the bank managements is by virtue of the trust deed. That the trust deed has explicitly told the corpus funds must be invested only in the approved government securities. It cannot be invested otherwise. It is explicit. The contract of fidelity, utmost good faith between a trustee and the beneficiary. The trustee should act in the sole interest of the beneficiary and invest the funds as envisaged under Income Tax Act by virtue of the trust deed executed by the banks. So, they have contravened the very basic tenements of trust by these banks. They have transferred, I tell you, Punjab National Bank has transferred 5,268 crores by debiting pension corpus funds they have credited to profit and loss account. And Oriental Bank of Commerce, they have invested 200 crores in a battery company. That battery company went into liquidation. They have insolvent petition they have filed. I really congratulate Mr. M.S. Sidhu, General Secretary of Oriental Bank of Commerce Officers Association, General Secretary, who filed a criminal complaint against the CEO of Oriental Bank of Commerce. And it is Mr. Sidhu, General Secretary of Oriental Bank of Commerce, who took initiative in filing the case in Punjab and Haryana High Court, that is MC Singhal's case. The person behind that case is Comrade M.S. Sidhu, General Secretary of Oriental Bank of Commerce. MC Singhal name is there, but the main person behind the case is Mr. M.S. Sidhu, Comrade M.S. Sidhu. I really congratulate Comrade M.S. Sidhu for having taken all the pains, not only by lodging a complaint against a CEO of Oriental Bank of Commerce, but also by following up the case, filing a case. Pension updation case is originally filed through the efforts of Comrade M.S. Sidhu, General Secretary of Oriental Bank of Commerce, in collaboration with other banks, that is banks in the Punjab. So, subsequent to merger of Oriental Bank of Commerce into Punjab National Bank, it has become PNB versus Government of India. Actually, it is versus. Now, here I tell you why they are saying the word Government of India. All pension regulations, they are in the premises of Central Civil Services. So, our pension regulations, be it Reserve Bank of India Retirees Association pension regulation, or RBI pension regulations, or LIC pension regulations, or any public sector retirees pension regulations, they are the offshoot of Central Civil Services. That's why it is called subordinate legislation. We come under subordinate legislation. Our pension regulations come under subordinate legislation to Central Civil Services. That's why Section 56 confirmly said, any doubt, in case of any doubt, refer to Central Civil Services pension regulations. That is the reason why they have told. That's why a committee is there in Rajya Sabha called Committee of Subordinate Legislation. This, any amendment to pension related issue, either amendments or anything, first it should be placed before it will go to Committee of Subordinate Legislation. All amendments to pension regulations, management has given a undertaking saying that by bringing these regulations retrospectively, no pensioners or adverse interest of the pensioners are adversely affected. They have given an undertaking, letter of undertaking, letter under oath. Whereas they have violated their own on oath what all they have told to the Parliament. That means managements and IBA, they have cheated the government. They have misrepresented to the government by concealing the real facts. That's why we demanded perjury proceedings against IBA for having concealed the material facts before the Committee of Subordinate Legislation. Now, I tell you one more point here. when pension regulations were introduced in the banking industry in 1993. What is the sanctity of that 1993? In Reserve Bank of India, updation was introduced, pension regulations were introduced in Reserve Bank of India in 1993. That is the reason why the sanctity of 1993 carried to public sector banks. During Vajpayee government, when pension was introduced in Reserve Bank of India, they also thought it fit, let it be introduced the same pension regulations in public sector banks also. That is the brainchild of Vajpayee Garu, Vajpayee government. That's how they have sent a draft copy of the regulations of Reserve Bank of what is in public sector banks, government, central civil services. They have sent the same replica of the regulations to what is adopted in Reserve Bank of India to public sector banks, and with a clear instructions, you adopt these regulations in public sector banks also with the approval of the board of directors by taking into confidence the respective unions. Now, here they made the foul play. The real foul play has started here. Contravening the regulations, draft copy of the regulations is sent by Government of India to public sector banks. They have convened a union meeting, understanding with unions, workmen organizations and officers organizations. At that point of time, they have actually, strictly speaking, pension regulations must come on with effect from 1993 only. But they have antedated to 1986. Why is the reason? What is the reason behind the antedated to 1986? Only to bring Comrade Thyagarayagasabha Chakravarti, to make him enable to become pension regulations applicable to him. It is only quid pro quo. Under quid pro quo arrangement between the unions and IBA, only to facilitate Comrade Thyagarayagasabha Chakravarti to come under pension regulations, it has been antedated to 86. That is one fraud. The second fraud with regard to 35(1). 35(1) is nothing but the term of regulations that has as per 4th Pay Commission. Pension, additional pension, wherever applicable, shall be updated. That is the original clause. But that clause was manipulated by making it restrictive to only to 5th and 6th bipartite retirees, only to 86 and 80, that 5th and 6th bipartite retirees, the restrictive clause was inserted. This is another fraud. One fraud, they antedated to 86 to felicitate Thyagarayagasabha Chakravarti. To felicitate Thyagarayagasabha Chakravarti further, they have manipulated and altered clause 35(1), which is actually the original clause is as of now, but they made it restrictive only to confining that 35(1) only to 5th and 6th bipartite retirees. This is another fraud. These are the two frauds they have committed. And another thing they have done, as per the memorandum of understanding entered into by unions and IBA and banks, if you see the memorandum of understanding, there is clear cut saying pension shall be updated as per RBI pattern. If any alterations are contemplated, it must be done with mutual consent. It is there in the MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, signed by unions and IBA and banks. UFBU, the term UFBU will not come into apparently you cannot see when settlements are signed, only individual banks are signed. Only representatives of IBA, individual banks, they have signed, and representative unions, the respective unions they have signed, but not UFBU. It is AIBA, AIBOC, NCBE, BEFI, NOBO, NOBW, all these things. They are individually, they have signed the MOU. This is as envisaged under the Industrial Disputes Act, ID Act. It is enforceable, but when it came to under quid pro quo arrangement, they have eliminated this RBI pattern clause and sent it to the government. So it is an act of perjury on the part of IBA. Here I wanted to quote one point. In one instances, in our 1684 case, as per the orders of that court orders, State Bank of Mysore retirees, they were not given the benefit, where Comrade C.N. Prasad, General Secretary of that commune, SBM commune, filed a contempt petition against State Bank of India chairman for having violated the orders, court orders. Supreme Court has issued content. Why that? So they have, State Bank of India chairman had to submit his apologies to this Supreme Court for having violated the, for having indulged the content while implementing the court orders. State Bank of India chairman virtually gave apologies to the Supreme Court. After that, the State Bank of India commune retirees who are the parties to the litigation, they are parties to the litigation, that 1684 case, which I also filed from Andhra Pradesh. From Andhra Pradesh, I filed by some 20 people have come forward posing confidence in me, and I filed the case in Karnataka High Court because management's jurisdiction of syndicate banks comes under Bangalore, Karnataka High Court. That's why I took the services of our lawyer and filed the case. P.S. Rajagopal. Our lawyer was P.S. Rajagopal. P.S. Rajagopal, I have got my acquaintance while I was staying in Harsikere. When I was attending the meetings in Bangalore, P.S. Rajagopal was the State Secretary of ICOBO, Karnataka. Comrade P.S. Rajagopal was the General Secretary of Canara Bank Officers Association. Later, he was dismissed from the services. And he fought back for 12 years and got reinstated with back promotions and back wages, and he became the General Secretary of Canara Bank Retirees Association. He was the ICOBO State Secretary. And because I used to attend meetings in Bangalore, where Comrade L.V. Subramaniam, our godfather, We consider him as the father of bank officers trade union movement. We used to attend the meeting. That's how my acquaintance with Comrade L.V. Subramanian Garu, Comrade P.S. Rajagopal. That's why I have chosen P.S. Rajagopal as our advocate. And we fought and we got. For 18 years we fought the case. And we got with arrears, with a 9% interest. It's a great achievement for bank retirees. So, the basic tenements of trade union is agitation, litigation, and negotiation. First you agitate. If agitation is not giving any yield results, you litigate. If the managements come forward, because only a threat will work. Threat is more dangerous than execution. This is wartime philosophy. Managements always come forward when hanging sword was there on their heads. That's how my complaints evoked response of Central Bureau of Investigation and at the instance of Finance Ministry, the hanging sword were kept on the heads of the managements, bank assets, and found 8 banks, CEOs are erred in embezzlement of funds. If you indulge in a paltry amount of 5 rupees in petty cash or stamp money, petty cash, you are charge sheeted and dismissed from the services. Then, when they indulged in this type of looting, what should be the gravity of the punishment that should be cast upon the managements? There cannot be 2 different set of rules for the management. Management, don't be under the impression management is institution. Institution is sacred for us. It is a breadwinner for us. But managements and unions, they change. The philosophy of the trade unionism has been transformed into trading activity. When AAB is formed, Comrade Thyagarayagasabha, Parvana and Prabhatkar, they were the legendaries. They sacrificed their lives. Comrade Parvana remained bachelor till his death for the cause of trade unionism. That is their philosophy. But the entire image of AAB has been tarnished to and brought to disrepute, unpardonable disrepute by the acts of these trading union leaders. So, this is the background. Finally, come what may, litigation is the only weapon for us to get our benefits. You see, any settlement, all settlements are foul and fraud. When it came to 7th bipartite settlement, the retirees of 7th bipartite retirees were deprived of that. The last drawn basic pension should be, basic pay, 50% of that should be the basic pension. That was gone with the wind by bringing 6th by pre-revised basic pay was fixed for us. That's why we filed that 1684 case. I retired on 28th April 2001 under VRS. In October 2001, I filed the case in Karnataka High Court and we won. There is no other weapon for us, for retirees, because by virtue of that, that's why they have signed a, pensioners have no contractual obligation. These bloody union leaders, they have signed shamelessly, pensioners have no contractual relation with the management trust. I tell you one thing, more nonsense. Who told you that? What is your dictum will not prevail. Pension is trustee and beneficiary relationship, nobody can eradicate the relationship between a trustee and beneficiary. It is well explained in Indian Contract Act. The trustee and beneficiary relationship cannot be eradicated by virtue of your record note. Nonsense. You use it as your toilet napkin. Your record note is for me, according to me, your record note is a toilet napkin for me. You throw it into the toilet. So, all settlements have been negated by the Supreme Court only. Your settlements are not sancto sanctum. When you have violated the Article 14, basic tenements of the Constitution, that itself is an indication why courts have interfered and negated your settlements. They have negated your settlements. In all, you see the history. And special allowance, this, say, any allowance, this special allowance is another fraud committed by the managements and unions. Special allowance, say, in 1684 case, it has been made very explicitly clear. Any allowance which is reckoned for dearness relief must be treated as part of basic only. This is a thumb rule established in our 1684 case when we filed. It has been clearly told in that judgment, which is upheld by Supreme Court, and whereby we got arrears with 9% interest. Any allowance which is reckoned for dearness relief must be treated as part of basic only. By virtue of that Supreme Court verdict, our friends who are fighting for special allowance, they are bound to win that case. They will certainly win that case. Anyway, when it comes to litigation, there will be delay. We have got to put up with the delay. Lot of endurance. It is a test for endurance, for our endurance, when it going for legal battle. We fought for 18 months. D.S. Nakara fought for 22 years. And we are saying, oh, Nakara. What is the turbulent time he fought? For 22 years he fought for that D.S. Nakara's case, which has become a thumb rule for the bank pensioners. So, when it comes to litigation, we have got to put up with the delay. There is no other way out. And now, out of ignorance, our people say, I will tell you here one important point. Bureaucracy is number one enemy for. They play havoc. They mislead the governments. They mislead the leader, party in power. To quote this, I tell you an important fact. Why D.S. Nakara had to file a case for that? In defense, till 1960s, right from independence, the pension was reckoned for service armed forces at 60% maximum. They used to get maximum that. But it was not there for the central civil services. This has become an eyesore to the bureaucracy. And they exerted pressure on Indira Gandhi at that time to remove that. At that time, Field Marshal Manekshaw was the head of the armed forces. He said, nothing doing. I will not do it. She exerted pressure on Mr. Comrade Field Marshal Manekshaw. She said, nothing doing. I will not budge an inch. Indira Gandhi could not do it. as long as Field Marshal Manekshaw stood like a rock, like a wall, the day he retired, immediately they have removed war OP, one rank, one pension, to the defense people. That is the reason why D.S. Nakara had to file a case. This is the background. Unless you know the history, you are not able to make a strategy for your ongoing legal battle or ongoing fight. You must have the background of historical background. You must know because when I am doing this exercise, I made research on my own, out of my own enthusiasm. Nobody told me why you do all these things. Usually my temperament is, I will not take anything issue on my own, just I will leave it. But once I take the issue, I will see the end of it. So, this is the reason why she could not do. The funniest part, the important point, boring grudge on Field Marshal Manekshaw, Indira Gandhi freezed all his terminal benefits. The terminal benefits of Manekshaw was freezed by Indira Gandhi. After 14 years, after more than a decade, decades after that, when Manekshaw was ailing in Kunur military hospital, none of the politicians, none of the states have made any courtesy call on Field Marshal Manekshaw. The only odd man out was missile man, Bharat Ratna, Abdul Kalam. He personally made a visit to Kunur hospital exclusively to inquire about the health of Manekshaw. During that time, he came to know that his fringe benefits were freezed by Indira Gandhi. The moment he gone back to Rashtrapati Bhavan, he brought the file, he summoned the file and he put an order to release all the fringe benefits which were blocked. And in turn, when the amount was credited to his account, Field Marshal Manekshaw gave the entire amount for the welfare of Army Welfare Fund. He donated. Leaders are born, but leaders are not made. The inherent urge, the inherent conviction will make you to lead as a leader. Leader of principles. So, this is the history. So, let us come to now. I am leaving many of the other issues. How, see here I want to tell, insofar as the pension scheme, why pension scheme has caught a fire. Pension updation issue, I will come. Somewhere in 1978 or 77, one of our senior comrade, Umesh Sharma from State Bank of India, he was a retired Deputy General Manager, DGM. He has been fighting in State Bank of India case. For all of us, the main guru is Upadhyaya. Upadhyaya from State Bank of India, Mysore. He has been fighting litigation for the cause of SBI retirees. All retirees of State Bank of India look at Upadhyaya, Comrade Upadhyaya. So, Umesh Sharma is a ardent follower and disciple of person like Upadhyaya. He was filing the cases in State Bank of India. In that connection, Mr. Umesh Sharma's father and L.K. Advani were RSS workers, closely associated, both of them. Both are. When Mr. Chadda, the present BJP president or minister, at that time he was working president. He got acquaintance with Umesh Sharma, got, Arey Baba, your father and L.K. Advani very close friends. Why can't you make an effort to call and seek his help to bring it to the notice of the Prime Minister? That's how he has been taken to L.K. Advani. And Umesh Sharma ji explained in brief what are the pension updation and all this, how we are inflation. We are caught in inflation. So then L.K. Advani ji told, Prime Minister Narendra Modi would come to my house for lunch. It has been his practice to call on his leader, veteran leader, out of respect, and go to his house and take lunch with him. He would come. I will tell you the date on which he is going to come. You come with all your documents, with your papers, and I will make an meeting with Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. That day he went with papers. L.K. Advani ji, introduced his wife so and so, and after exchanging pleasantries, there is an issue for bank retirees. Why can't you help? No, what is that issue? Our Umesh Sharma ji explained everything. Okay, you give all your papers and all these things, I will look into the matter. It's a formal saying. Afterwards, Chadda ji took further initiative, said, let us not also meet finance minister. Let us not bypass finance minister. We also meet finance minister as a protocol, and explained everything again to Nirmala Sitharaman. After explaining all these things, she told, you please give a brief resume of all your deliberations, not exceeding 2 or 3 pages, brief resume, to enable me to take up the matter further. Our Umesh Sharma ji did the same thing, and he gave a resume. Then she told, he wanted to give, then he told, no, you have come through RSS channel. Let your resume also come through their channel only. And she gave a advice. So he did the same thing. In the interregnum period, Umesh Sharmaji's co-brother was NCRT chairman, National Council for Educational Research and Training. At that point of time, I am talking about 1978, 77 and all these things. New education policy was in process of making a act. So, to finalize the new educational policy, the NCRT chairman, who happened to be the co-brother of Mr. Umesh Sharma, had series of one-to-one discussions with the Prime Minister. One-to-one discussions. That established a close intimacy between Prime Minister and NCRT chairman, who happened to be the co-brother of Mr. Umesh Sharma. Umesh Sharma took that as a clue and requested, Baba, our pensioners issues is also there. I have already represented the matter to Finance Minister and Prime Minister also. He knows, just to you remind if you can. Okay, I will do that. So after 14 or 15 or 20 encounters, one-to-one encounter between the NCRT chairman and Prime Minister, in the process of finalizing the new education policy, final day, he requested Prime Minister, "Sir, I have got a small favor." "What is that?" He showed the papers. "This is sort of my co-brother, Umesh Sharma." After having a cursory of the documents, he said, No, it has been brought to my notice, and I have already passed it on to the concern. But anyway, let me follow up. Let me make a follow-up." They will. After within a week of that statement of PM Narendra Modi ji, Nirmala Sitharaman gave a public interview in Business Line, saying that pensioners should not be ignored, bank retirees should not be ignored. She also quoted that when I was working in the defense people, whether they are retired or in service, they work in cohesively, hand in hand together. The same thing you must also do it. Don't ignore your retirees. They have laid their foundation for your footage. Only on the foundation what they had given to you, you have further progressed. So let us not forget them. Bolke she gave, and she also reiterated the same thing in 73rd IBA AGM, Annual General Body Meeting. Till such time, all these bloody union leaders, they were in deep slumber. They suddenly woke up from their deep slumber. We want pension updation, we want pension updation. After Nirmala Sitharaman has made a public statement. This is the militancy of our useless form of bank unions. They are useless form of bank unions. And she also did keep quiet. I already told you, Committee of Subordinate Legislation. I have made a reference about a committee of, what is the role of Committee of Subordinate Legislation. Under the Committee of Subordinate Legislation, she formed a committee, Navanita Krishnan Committee of 18 MPs from Rajya Sabha and 8 CEOs of public sector banks representing the IBA. She formed the Navanita Krishnan Committee. That committee toured Calcutta and Bhubaneswar. Even at that time, after submitting the report, IBA said there is no pension regulations, there is no pension updation regulation. Is not there. Then the committee told, this issue is concerning about senior citizens of this country. They cannot be ignored. You must make this pension updation. You cannot ignore. Okay? They gave. Afterwards, the same bloody unions, they gave representations to the Navanita Krishnan Committee in Bhubaneswar and Calcutta for pension updation. Shamelessly. They have no backbone. They are invertebrates without any vertebral column. These bloody union leaders, useless leaders. And they give circulars and dharnas just like fashion parades, as if they are fighting real fighters for pension updation. All your bloody dharnas wearing t-shirts and caps, it's nothing but fashion parades. They are not dharnas. They have made a mockery of the issue. And here one more point I will tell you. You must know all these things. By virtue of the pressure exerted by Finance Ministry, IBA has constituted a committee for pension updation issue. That committee was headed by Mallikarjun Rao committee recommendation. That Mallikarjun Rao conducted a meeting of all unions, UFBU representatives. they put spokes. You must deliberate and discuss this matter with us in detail. Mallikarjun Rao, nothing doing. No question of discussions. Already decision taken for pension updation for retirees. If you have got any suggestions, you give us, we will think over it. We will consider it as your suggestions, feasibility of your suggestions. But you cannot demand it should be discussed in detail. Nothing doing. Get lost, he told. For this, there is a reason. Few days before that, I want to go back again. We used to take the help of MPs to raise questions in the parliament. Luckily, fortunately, we have got a friend by name Dr. Ravi Kumar, member of parliament who happened to be ex-Syndicate Bank retiree, ex-employee of Syndicate Bank. In fact, I do not have any direct contact with Dr. Ravi Kumar, but through my friends, we contacted him. We requested him, you please raise a question for pension updation. This is the issue pending on them. 3-4 occasions he raised the question. We got normal routine answer. But we didn't leave. I didn't leave. I still persuaded with him. No, you ask. See, we should take care. When a question is raised in the parliament, our question must be specific, direct, attacking to the point, driving to the point. When that question was asked, the finance minister said, so far as family pension revenue is concerned, we got the recommendations from IBA and we immediately gave that. But as far as pension updation is concerned, there is no recommendation from IBA. Anyway, we will pursue the matter with concern. After that utterance of that meeting, Mallikarjun Rao committee was constituted, and Mallikarjun Rao committee, within a week, he had a discussions with union leaders. That already the committee has taken a decision for pension updation. But union leaders have come in the way unless we discuss with us, because they wanted to put their demands in that, which was not entertained by IBA. Mallikarjun Rao was very stubborn, nothing doing. We will not add your demands and all the other demands. Only pension updation. Already we have taken a decision. The only thing is, we want suggestion from you. Is a formality on record to show that you are also consulted. We wanted to complete this ritual as a formality. Talking to you is a mere formality. He made it explicitly clear. Here, I will keep that issue once again here, there, and I will go back another issue related to this only. There are so many gaps, dots are there. If you connect all the dots, you will get the pragmatic view of the entire issue. When the case is pending in Supreme Court, in 2021, Justice N.V. Ramana came to Vijayawada. He was felicitated for a felicitation function. He was felicitated there. For that felicitation function, he visited Vijayawada, Siddhartha Kalapitham. There he was felicitated. A grand felicitation function was arranged. A grand felicitation function was arranged. Tomorrow is the function. Today night, one of my friends, I can quote his name, D. Ram Mohan, from Vijayawada, our colleague. He phoned me, told, Sir Murthy Garu, ఎన్వి రమణ గారు వచ్చారు. I consulted all our union leaders. Nobody is prepared to make any representation. And one of the union leaders suggested, you approach Murthy. Murthy will do something. Immediately he phoned me. He hardly gave me some 5 hours time to prepare my representation. My representation was, I have furnished, it is a matter of not even half a page. You see the Xerox mission paper, you know, only one side of that page only I have drafted, only few lines. You sign this. Anybody who is prepared to sign along with you, take his signature. If nobody is prepared to sign, you sign and submit it. Bolke I gave him. On that felicitation function, so many unions gave so many representations, running pages to pages, running into pages, all blah, blah, blah drama. Among all the representations, the only representation which attracted the attention of Justice N.V. Ramana is only mine. Because I made point blank about the pending case in Supreme Court, M.C. Singhal's case. Where it is, how it is, what is it. And I also gave a preamble, just a preamble. Revision of pension is a universal phenomenon against inflation. Updation of pension is nothing but merger of DA into basic. That is, every time wherever DA is merged to basic, eventually your pension basic is also merged. That's how updation has been taken by stage, but it is not done for bank retirees, Bolke told. And gave the case details, brief case details. When our friend has given representation, so many crowded people were there on the stage, dais, giving representations. Justice N.V. Ramana garu caught hold of my friend's hand like this. You stay back. I will look into this matter. Virtually he held like this and told, you stay back. I will look into this matter. Ram Mohan Rao promptly told, sir, your representation only got the attention of N.V. Ramana garu, and he told like this. This happened on 25th December, Christmas Day in 2021. Our case at that time, Singhal's case was posted somewhere in February 2022. The case was preponed by substituting the COVID-affected judge. Because one of the judges was COVID-affected, that's why I was on cold storage, our case. He substituted the COVID-affected judge and preponed the case to 22nd January. That too, preponement orders were informed to the advocates, concerned advocates, late midnight. Tomorrow his hearing is, the advocates were astonished. How come so suddenly the case is preponed? Chief Justice is the only roster master who has got the authority to prepone or postpone any case. I am thankful to Justice N.V. Ramana garu for exercising his powers as Chief Justice and preponed the case to 22nd January. It is on that day IBA gave orders saying that, directing the IBA, Supreme Court directed the IBA, you must submit a report. If comprehensive or full support is not possible, at least you must submit interim report, and gave them 3 months time. That order is still subsisting. By virtue of that order only, IBA has obligated and to submit a report to Supreme Court. ఉంగరం వేలుతో ముట్టికాయ ముడితే కానీ వినం మనం, మామూలుగా చెప్తే వినం. మంచి మనిషికి ఒక మాట, మంచి గుడ్డుకు ఒక దెబ్బ. ఐబే థిక్ స్కిన్డ్, దాన్ని కాలుతో తన్నాలా, చెప్పులతో తన్నాలా, మొహం మీద ఉమ్మేయాలా. ఇటువంటి పనులు చేస్తే కానీ వాళ్ళకి సిగ్గు రాదు, అయినా సిగ్గు లేదు వాళ్ళకి. సో దిస్ ఈస్ afterwards. One more point. At that time, they could have submitted the Mallikarjun Rao committee recommendations. Mallikarjun Rao committee already submitted recommendations. Even though his term was expired, his term was extended up to 31st January 2022, only to enable him to submit his report. Minister of Finance extended his term. So we cannot find fault with Ministry of Finance. What all they wanted to do, they within their limitations they did it. They extended the term of Mallikarjun Rao committee to submit his recommendations with regard to pension updation to Supreme Court. But IBA gave false again. The committee submitted, the Mallikarjun Rao committee report has already has retired. His committee cannot be submitted. They gave false. That's how Mallikarjun Rao committee recommendations went into cold storage. So afterwards, we pursued everything, everybody knows, and everybody were out of, because they do not know all these things, they start blaming judiciary, that, this nonsense, all this bloody blah, blah, blah. But this is the real fact. And finally, one more. When after giving this direction by the Supreme Court, I again requested D. Ravi Kumar, our friend, MP. Baba, this is the position with regard to our case. This is, IB has already been directed by Supreme Court like this. Why can't you make another effort? He filed raised another parliament question. I specifically pointed out, sir, you have given family pension enhancement, but you have not given pension updation as promised earlier. This point you highlight. Accordingly, he submitted the report. Then the minister gave a specific reply. When our question is specific, reply also will be specific. Insofar as family pension is concerned, we got the recommendations from IBA, but there is no recommendation from IBA. If any recommendation comes from IBA, we will definitely positively respond. By the way, we are given to understand that IBA submitted a report. They had to submit a report to Supreme Court as per the court orders. It seems they have submitted the report. We are given to understand they have submitted the report, but the contents cannot be disclosed because sub judice. Here people think, why sub judice? What is the question of sub judice? Nothing doing, this is all lame excuse. No. See, who has ordered IBA to submit report? Supreme Court has given order. When Supreme Court has not given the order, the only court authority left with the Supreme Court only to revoke or insist. No other party can do it. That's why it becomes a sub judice. So, no. See, this thing is, now, when come to Singhal case, I have already told latest information, I am telling you time and again. When I am sending a communication, people don't read it. Don't read it completely. Let me be honestly say it. You put your hand on your heart and said, what all the communications that have emanated from me, have they read it totally? No. I can 100% say at least 50%, 70% of you might not have read it. But they raise questions. This is the reason why they get doubts. As far as Singhala's case, it is fresh in the memory. Since for 1 month I have been repeating the messages, repeatedly I am sending the message, repeating the messages. People say, why you are repeating the messages? This is the reason why you repeat the message. They don't read it. And they raise questions. If you are not having any interest to read what is the content related to your own issue, where is the necessity for me to take pains to explain repeatedly? No, I am not for it. You must also have the sense of responsibility, concern to read the content. All these questions raised here, I have already answered. You please go back. Again, I will send it. You read it again. You will find the answer. You will certainly find the answer. When I am giving any communication, I will read 100 times. I will keep myself in the position of an ignorant retiree. From his angle only I will write the communication. We need not educate a person who is already known facts. We must educate a person who is ignorant of the facts. That's what I have been doing. Still I am receiving questions. So you must read it. Without reading, you have got the responsibility to read it. Understand? If after having read the content, if you still get the specific doubt, yes, you are welcome. Question me. I will answer. I will gladly answer. So this is the issue. And now, Singhala's case. I am directly coming to point, as my friend requested. Singhala's case, the turning point in Singhala's case in 2 stages, 3 stages. One is Justice N.V. Ramana garu effort. Another is Hima Kohli, Justice Hima Kohli. In our case, at the time of her retirement, same day, she is retiring on that day, there she gave a specific Nisi orders. Justice Hima Kohli gave a Nisi orders. Nisi orders, already we have got the issue. Nisi orders not only by court, even income tax also will issue Nisi orders. Income tax authority is also having orders, Nisi orders they can issue. So insofar as the case is concerned, our case is concerned, Supreme Court has given Nisi orders. Nisi orders in the sense, we are satisfied with the content of the plaint, petition. We are satisfied with the petition. What is it you have to say? What is it you are going to say? It is a question to the respondent, that is IBA. That was passed by Hima Kohli. That is the second important turning point in our case. The third important turning point is Justice Vikramnath. What Vikramnath told? Your arguments are irrelevant. When IBA advocate was misleading the court, tried to misleading the court, he got up and said, nothing doing, your arguments are irrelevant. Have you paid as per regulations? If you have not paid, you must pay. That is the third turning point. This has given wild shivering signals. The ripples of shivering signals have reached the powers that be, IBA. They shivered. That's why they are resorting to all these foul games through registry. Registry is a what you call pool wastewater ponder pool. All our toilet water will go there, in the pond. Septic tank. Your registry is like a septic tank only. That's why Chief Justice Suryakant told, nasty registry. Nasty registry. It is not my words, Baba. It is not my registry is according to me, registry is a septic tank. So that's why a sharp reaction has come from Chief Justice Chief Justice Suryakant. And Vikramnath is also stubborn. Have you paid as per regulations? If you have not paid, you must pay. Finish. What does 35(1) say? I already told you how it was manipulated. The present 35(1) clause was unamended. Original clause is like this only, which was made faulty and they made it restrictive, confining only to 5th and 6th BPS, only keeping in view of Tarakeshwar Chakravarti. Only for the sake of Tarakeshwar Chakravarti, they altered regulation, which was reverted back in 2003, where a gazette notification is also issued. That's why he told, your arguments are irrelevant. If you have not paid, you must pay it. He vociferously told. So, friends, we have got good judges. Say, all systems in the country are corrupted. You show me one system which is not corrupted. His banking system is not corrupted. If it is not corrupted, why so many bad loans? Where is the necessity for writing offs? So we are also a party to the corruption. Being a party to the corruption, we have no moral right to question somebody else. It is just like pot calling kettle black. So Vikramnath has correctly told. As per 35(1), what he says, if you take the statement made by preamble stance, statement made by Vikramnath Garu, legend jurisprudence. He exhibited jurisprudence by saying so. If you have not paid as per regulation, you should pay as per that. I will tell you what he is meant by that. 35(1), what he says? Pension and additional pension wherever applicable shall be updated. Now, we will transform that into arithmetical equation. Let us transform his statement into arithmetical equation. What he envisaged, what his statement envisages. A 5th bipartite retiree, each and every retiree, all retirees, each and every retiree, a 5th bipartite retiree should be notionally brought to and fixed to next BPS, that is 6th BPS, where he stands. From 5th to 6th, 6th to 7th, 7th to 8th, 8th to 9th, 9th to 10th, 10th to 11th, 11th to 12th. Stage by stage, every retiree should be brought. And finally, they should be fixed in 12th BPS. In this process, all your bloody settlements are gone to dustbin. Your 100% EN utilization you will get from 2005, which have been deprived. And your other things also you will get stage by stage, and you will get even special ones also should get, but anyway, that has already there in Supreme Court. It should be dealt by the another bench, special bench. They will deal with it. That's why there may be a delay for the retirees who are fighting for special allowance, because that special allowance has got the legal right. All allowances which are reckoned for tearness relief must be treated as part of basic only. That is Supreme Court judgment in our 1684 case. By virtue of that, our brothers and sisters, they will get special allowance, provided that case also should be finalized. I don't know how much time they will take, just like our Singhal's case. So this is the what Singhal's case. This is the reason why IBA is shivering. This is the reason why they are saying 95,000 crores burden. Bloody bullshit. Who made you to keep quiet all these years? You have got to pay from your nose. You have window dressed balance sheets by writing of manipulated the balance sheets. Now fortunately there is high record of profit. Now they have shown, of course that is also window dressing. Now all time record highest profits. So there is no financial burden now. This 95,000 crores also, it is cooked up figure. It is not the real figure. Not according in my rough calculation, I am poor arithmetic. Insofar as arithmetics are concerned, I am very poor. లెక్కలు నాకు ఎక్కువ నాకు 12 ఎక్కని తర్వాత వచ్చేది కాదు నాకు చిన్నప్పుడు. I am very poor in mathematics. But it cannot be 95,000 crores, even by virtue of any wild imagination. It can be at the most half of it. That's all, not beyond that. It has an exaggerated figure. But anyway, justice is our side. But as I told you already, because they cannot manage the bench, they are managing through registry. Already I have told, registry is a septic tank. So we have to get test for endurance. When you are fighting a battle, it is not only your aggressiveness you must exhibit, but also simultaneously you must also exhibit endurance. You should have long strategies to fight. I have been fighting the legal battle right from 2001. I retired in 28th April. I fought 2001 October. Even today I am fighting. Fighting is perennial. We are old by virtue of our physical limitations, but we are not old insofar as mental stability is concerned. So, certainly we are going to get Satyameva Jayate, we are going to get our Yato Dharmastato Jaya. We are going to get our pension updation. Nobody can stop it, but the only thing is something is being staggered for the time being. So with this I will conclude my, I think I have bored you. Because I cannot add pepper and salt. I cannot add metaphors and similes, figures of speech, synecdoches rather.
Now registry is plain.
So let us come to the ground reality. First you must come to the ground reality. ఒక చిన్న ఇది ఉంది, హోటల్లో గల్లాపెట్టి దగ్గర కూర్చోవటం, ఫస్ట్ ఓనర్ గల్లాపెట్టి దగ్గర కూర్చోబెట్టాడు వాళ్ళ కొడుకుని, ముందర అంట్లు తోయిస్తాడు, సర్వర్ చేయిస్తాడు, కిచెన్లో కుకింగ్ చేయిస్తాడు, అన్ని వింగ్స్ చేసిన తర్వాత అప్పుడు రారా గల్లాపెట్టి దగ్గరికి అంటాడు. దిస్ ఈజ్ అ ట్రైనింగ్ పీరియడ్. సో we must have commitment and conviction and fighting fervor. We should not let loose our fighting fervor. As per our regulations. Let us call a spade. Whoever come in our way, whoever come in the way, leaders are purchased. Friendship and your trust will not stay together. Best example is UFB, useless forum of bank unions and its retiree outfits. They are still having trust in UFBU. The best example I can quote is Mr. S.C. Jain of AIBRF, who has sabotaged our 100% DJ case by preventing the advocate, Calcutta High Court advocate, from entering the court. He also gave a written undertaking to Supreme Court. We will not file caveat in Calcutta High Court judgment. That fellow has given, useless fellow has given that commitment. This is the fellow who says we are fighting for retirees. They should be beaten black and blue. This type of leaders, because he is the follower of Venkatachalam. యథా రాజా తథా ప్రజ. ఆ లీడర్ అట్లాగే ఉన్నాడు, ఈ వ్యధంలో అట్లాగే ఉన్నారు వాడి ఫాలోవర్స్, వెంకటాచలం ఫాలోవర్స్. సో ఎనీవే, we are fighting for our own cause. We will not see anybody who is coming to help us, or if anybody comes on their own, okay, we will welcome. If any contradicts us, we will discard them and we will fight. Anyway, we are going to get Yato Dharmas Tato Jaya with the divine blessings of Mata Kanaka Durga.
Yeah, good morning to all of you. Sir, my doubt is, how many times the ministry can give on adjournments? Is there no limit for that, and what is the remedy? What is our plan of action? I want to know.
Everything has got limit. Say, after all, we have allowed hundreds of years our country be ruled by foreigners, Muslims and Britishers. Our people underwent turmoils, our previous generations, humiliations, attacks. At that time, when we will get the end for it, we got the end. Similarly, everything has got its own end. It will die natural death. And your registry is not great. I already told you, registry is, everybody is, see, so many judges, so many times they have expressed their ire against the registry directly from the bench. Because they also got vexed. When our orders are, even Vikrama's orders were just given scant respect. Vikramanatgar also has having his ire on against the registry, but he cannot express. Though he cannot express, Chief Justice on his behalf has expressed it is a nasty registry. What else you want? Every evil force will have its own doomsday. So we have to wait. This is the only answer I can give you. Anything else? All these things every day I am sending. No. I'll tell you, every time, my only humble request to you all, the moment you go back, when I am sending a communication, you read it. If one reading is not sufficient to understand, you make another reading. you will find the answer. Till such time you understand, you read. ఎందుకు మన చిన్నప్పుడు అన్నీ వల్లెవేయమంటారు. ఎందుకు ఊరికే వల్లెవేయమంటాం? ఎందుకంటే గుర్తు పెట్టుకోవటానికి. మనకి శ్లోకాలు రాకపోవచ్చు, పద్యాలు రాకపోవచ్చు, కానీ వాటిని వల్లెవేయమంటాం అంతే. చిన్నప్పుడు వల్లెవేయరా అనేవి ఎందుకని వినేవారు? చెయ్యగా చెయ్యగా తినగ తినగ వేయము తీయనుండు, అనగననగా రాగం అతిశయించునుండు అని వేమన గారు చెప్పారు మనకి. కాబట్టి యు రీడ్ 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 అండ్ టిల్ సచ్ టైమ్ యూ అండర్స్టాండ్, యూ రీడ్.
The last time was, the recent this one was that the case will be heard on 13/5. The case will be heard on 13/5. Preponing the teacher's case was there. Teacher's case was also going on, and the Supreme Court has taken the stand that on 13/5 the MC Singhal case will be taken up. Okay. Now again, without any, for reasons best known to them, they are postponed it to 14/7.
All these things, they are not, see, by seeing the chronology of events, we can make it to understand that they are giving some lame reasoning. కడుపులో తలనొప్పి అని చెప్తున్నారు. మనం సెలవు పెట్టాలంటే మనకి సెలవు లీవ్ ఇవ్వరు అనుకోండి, క్యాజువల్ లీవ్. ఏం చేస్తారు సార్, నాకు కడుపులో తలనొప్పిగా ఉంది, 1 day క్యాజువల్ లీవ్. దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆల్సో లైక్ దట్ ఓన్లీ. ఇట్ ఈస్ అపారెంట్. They are, see, that's why they are vexed with the registry while mixing these cases. Anyway, even if a disturbance is there in a pond, the ripple will go till such time it touches the bank. There it stops. Is it not? So is the case with the registry. The ripple will stop there.
నమస్తే, నా పేరు కాళేశ్వరరావు అండి, నెల్లూరు మాది. ఈరోజు మా అమ్మాయి వాళ్ళ ఇంటికి వచ్చి ఉంటే చూసి వచ్చాను ఇక్కడికి. ఇప్పుడు మనకు అసలు ఆయన ఎవరు, సింగిల్ ఎవరో తెలియదు. మనం పెన్షన్ వచ్చినప్పుడు చాలామంది పెన్షన్ దండగన్నారు, మళ్ళీ 10 ఏళ్ల తర్వాత పోరాడి పెన్షన్ తీసుకున్నారు. 2002 వీఆర్ఎస్లో వెళ్ళిపోయారు. మొదట ఆప్షన్ ఇచ్చిన వాళ్ళంతా వీఆర్ఎస్లో వెళ్ళిపోయారు. 2002కు ముందు వెళ్ళిపోయారు. 2010లో సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ తీసుకున్నారు. ఆ రోజు కూడా అప్డేషన్ సమస్య ఉంది, అప్పుడు ఎవరు మాట్లాడలేదు. ఇది సెకండ్ ఆప్షన్ ఇస్తే చాలు అనుకొని ఆ రోజు వదిలేసుకున్నారు. సరే, మన అదృష్టం బాగుండి ఎవరో కోర్టుకు వెళ్ళారు. దాన్ని చాలామంది యాక్టివిస్టులు వాళ్ళ సొంత డబ్బులు ఖర్చు పెట్టుకొని, మన వయసు వాళ్ళే, అంటే ఎవడు రిటైర్డ్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఎవరు కూడా 50 ఏళ్ళ వాళ్ళు లేరు, అందరూ 65, 70 ఏళ్ళ వాళ్ళే. మనం ఇక్కడ మీటింగ్ హైదరాబాద్లో జరిగితే మీటింగ్కి వచ్చేదానికి 10 మంది రాలా, మంచి సెంటర్లో పెడితే కదా. అదే వయసు ఎక్కడి నుంచో, విజయవాడ నుంచో, ఇంకో దగ్గర నుంచి ఇక్కడ వచ్చి మీటింగ్ పెడుతున్నారంటే వచ్చి కనీసం వినాలని లేదు. ఇంట్లోనే కూర్చున్నారు అందరూ. కనీసం ఒక అపార్ట్మెంట్లో 10 మంది బ్యాంక్ ఎంప్లాయీస్ ఉంటే ఒకరికొకరు పరిచయం లేదు, మాట్లాడుకోరు, కమ్యూనికేషన్ ఒకరి మధ్య ఒకరు లేదు. అరియర్స్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయి, కోర్టు వాయిదా అని అడుగుతున్నారు, కోర్టు ఎప్పుడు తెలుస్తుందని. ఎవడు కూడా కోర్టుకు పోయే ముందు పల్లెల్లో అడిగేవాడు, ఏమయ్యా ప్రయాణం ఉందంటే, లేదయ్యా కోర్టు వాయిదా ఉంది పోతున్నానంటారే కానీ కేసు ఉందని అడగరు. వాయిదా ఉంది పోతున్నానంటారు కానీ కోర్టు పని మీద పోతున్నానని ఎవడు చెప్పడం. కరెక్ట్గా వాయిదా అక్కడ పోయి ఒక అరగంటకు పిలుస్తారు, పిలిచి జూలైకి వేస్తాం మిమ్మల్ని అంటే మళ్ళీ చెవులు జాడించుకుంటూ వస్తారు. మళ్ళీ అక్కడ లాయర్ గుమాస్తాకి పాత రోజుల్లో ₹1 ఇచ్చి వచ్చేవాళ్ళు. ఇప్పుడు అంటే 500 ఇవ్వాలి. ఇప్పుడు ఈ రిజిస్ట్రీ మేనేజ్మెంట్ నాకు ఐడియా ఉంది. మా ఊరు అబ్బాయి ఒక అతన్ని హైదరాబాద్ లాయర్ ఉన్నాడు. వాళ్ళు ఏం చదవడు పుస్తకం, లా చదివే పనిలే. మనం కేసు ఇస్తే ఏ జడ్జి దగ్గర వేస్తే మనకు స్టే వస్తుంది. ముందే మాట్లాడుకుంటారు, ఆ రిజిస్ట్రీకి డబ్బులు ఇస్తారు, జడ్జికి డబ్బులు ఇస్తారు. కరెక్ట్గా ఆ రోజు కేసు వేస్తే ఇప్పుడు ఇది టైం లేదు కాబట్టి వాయిదా దీన్ని స్టే ఇస్తున్నారంటారు. ఇంకా స్టే వికెట్ కాదు, గవర్నమెంట్ పట్టించుకోదు, మనం హ్యాపీ. ఎవరు చేస్తారు? నాకు అనుకోకుండా ₹10 ఆదాయం వస్తుంది కాబట్టి నేను ఒక 50 వాడికి ₹5 ఇచ్చి నేను కేసుని వాయిదా వేయించుకుంటే ఈ సిస్టమ్ బ్యాంకులో చాలామందికి తెలియదు. అసలు ఎందుకండి, ఇప్పుడు నేను మా అల్లుడు చనిపోతే నేను బ్యాంకుల చుట్టూ తిరుగుతున్నా. ఈరోజు నా బ్యాంకులో నాకు 11,000 వడ్డీ తక్కువ ఇచ్చాను కంప్లైంట్ ఇస్తే 7 నెలలు పట్టింది. ROCO మధ్య తిరుగుతున్నారు. ఇది నేను అన్ని డీటెయిల్స్ ఇచ్చి సర్క్యులర్స్ ఇస్తే అంటే మనం అంత బాగా పనిచేస్తున్నాం. మనం ఢిల్లీలో కరప్షన్ ఉంది, 75లోనే కరప్షన్ ఉంది. నేను అడిగా మేనేజర్ని, అడిగితే ఉదయగిరి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేశారు నన్ను 1 year కల్లా. ఆ రోజు ఉంది కరప్షన్ ప్రతి దగ్గర ఉంది. మనం లోన్ ఇచ్చిన వాటి దగ్గర కాంప్లిమెంట్ తీసుకుంటూ DM పోయి మందు బాటిల్ తెచ్చుకున్నాడు. నేను అకౌంట్ ఓపెన్ చేశాను, నా క్లాస్మేట్ ఒకడు ఉంటే వాడు రాంది బిజినెస్ అయితే వాడి దగ్గర పోయి కేసులు తెచ్చుకున్నారు బ్యాంక్ వాళ్ళు. నేను వాడిని అడిగా, ఏమరా నాకు ఎప్పుడైనా ఒక బాటిల్ కూడా ఇవ్వలేదంటే, అన్నా నీకు కావాల్సిన ఎన్ని ఎత్తుకోబోండి, నాకు అంత యాక్సెస్ ఉంది. కరప్షన్ గురించి మనం మాట్లాడకూడదు. కరప్షన్ ప్రతి దగ్గర ఉంది, ఎవరు అతీతులు కాదు దానికి. కేసు ఇప్పుడు వాయిదా వేశారు జూలైకి. మూర్తి గారు ఎప్పుడు అవుతుందంటే ఆయన చెప్పగలరా? అక్కడ ఒకవేళ ఢిల్లీకి ఫోన్ చేసిన వాళ్ళు చెప్పగలరా? 22వ తారీఖు వస్తే జడ్జి 3 లాయర్ ఏదో పొల్లేస్తారు. లాయర్ అనేవాడు లిటిగెంట్ అయితేనే లాయర్ అవుతాడు. అవతల వాడు లిటిగేషన్ పెట్టేదానికే చూస్తాడు. మనమేమో కాలేదనుకుంటున్నాం, వాడు పోస్ట్పోన్మెంట్కి చూస్తాడు. అదీగాక IBA వాడు సొంత డబ్బులతో రావడం లే, మనం ఖర్చు పెడుతున్నారు. ఇక్కడ సింగ్లా కానివ్వండి, ఇంకోటి కానీ, ఇది అందరూ కలిసి ఎట్ట ఖర్చు పెడుతున్నారో మనకు తెలియదు. వాడి గవర్నమెంట్ ఖర్చు విమానంలో వస్తాడు, IBA చైర్మన్ విమానంలో వస్తాడు. వాడు అబద్ధం పోదు పైసా కూడా, వాడిదే ₹1 పోదు. కాబట్టి పోస్ట్పోన్ వేసుకో ఇంకో నెల అంటాడు. మళ్ళీ లాడ్జీ దిగుతా, అన్ని ఖర్చులు వాళ్ళే. బట్ ఇక్కడ మన లాయర్లకు మనం ఖర్చు పెట్టాలా? మనం పెట్టడం లేదనుకో, మనం అడుగుతున్నామే కానీ మనం ఏమన్నా హెల్ప్ నేను మొన్న అదే రాసా, మన ఆర్టికల్ రిటైర్డ్ గ్రూప్స్లో రాసా. సింగ్లా ఎవరో తెలియదు, వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీ ఎక్కడుందో తెలియదు, వాళ్ళు ఎట్టున్నారో తెలియదు. ఆయనకు చనిపోయాడు. బట్ రేపు బెనిఫిట్ ఇస్తే మనం పొందుతాంగా. ఇప్పుడు ఎప్పటి నుంచి అరియర్స్ వస్తాయని అడుగుతున్నారు కదా, 2002 నుంచి వస్తాయనుకోండి. ఇప్పటికి ఎన్ని ఏళ్ళు అయింది? 25 ఏళ్ళు అయింది. సిల్వర్ జూబ్లీ. 25 ఏళ్ళ అరియర్స్ ఎంత వస్తుంది మనకి? దాంట్లో 1% ఇస్తామా మనం సింగ్లా ఫ్యామిలీకి? ఎంతమంది ఈ మాట అడుగుతున్నారు? అడగటం లే. మళ్ళీ వాయిదా ఎప్పుడు వస్తాయి డబ్బులు? అరియర్స్ ఎప్పటి నుంచి వస్తాయి? ఈ క్యాలిక్యులేషన్స్ ఎందుకంటే బ్యాంకులో మనం పనిచేసాం కాబట్టి క్యాలిక్యులేటర్ అలవాటు ఉంది కాబట్టి మనం లెక్కలు వేసుకోగలుగుతున్నాం. ఎంత వస్తుంది అంత వస్తుంది. కొంతమంది దానికి అప్పు కూడా చేసేస్తారు. ఇంత వస్తుంది కాబట్టి ముందే ప్లాన్ చేసుకుంటారు. కాబట్టి మూర్తి గారిని అడిగి మీరు అడగమన్నారు కదా, ఇవన్నీ చదువుతూ ఉన్నాం. నేను అన్నీ చదువుతున్నాను. కాబట్టి మనకి లక్కీగా సింగ్లా అనే ఒక ఆయన ఆపద్బాంధవుడిలాగా అడ్డం వచ్చి మన కేసుని ఆడ పెట్టాడు. లేకపోతే ఏముంది చెప్పండి? లేకపోతే ఏముంది? సింగ్లా కేసు లేకపోతే మనం అసలు మీటింగ్ లేదు, ఏమీ లేదు. కాబట్టి అది త్వరగా కావాలని కోరుకోవడం తప్పనిస్తే కనీసం రేపు స్వాతంత్ర దినోత్సవం లోపలైనా జూలై వాయిదా అయితే స్వాతంత్ర దినోత్సవం పూర్తి అయితే అవుతుందని ఆశించాల్సిందే. కానీ ఇంతకుముందు క్రాస్ చేసే క్వశ్చనే లేదు ఇక్కడ. థ్యాంక్ యూ మూర్తి గారు.
కాళేశ్వరరావు గారు, Kaleshwara is my colleague. I went to that Institute of Law, Bangalore. We both went. I met their lawyers. At that time, professors in law, his friends, they discouraged me. Why you are fighting all this COG? I insisted for COG inquiry, COG audit of pension corpus funds. Sir, why you are insisting COG audit? Do you think COG report will be sanctosanctum? It will be, they will throw to dustbin. Bolke, they discouraged his friends. But I didn't stop there. Their discouragement didn't prevent me for my further. This happened 5 to 6, I mean, ఓ 10 ఏళ్ళు అయి ఉంటుందా కాళేశ్వరరావు గారు? 10 years అయి ఉంటుందా? 10 years back, this is the discouragement I got from their friend, from his friends. I didn't leave it. I do it. So, many of the points he raised, it is a universal phenomena, nobody can, but still, గొంగళ్ళలో అన్నం తింటూ వెంట్రుకలు వస్తున్నాయని మనం కామెంట్ చేయటం అనేది అది మన మూర్ఖత్వానికి నిదర్శనం. ఈవెన్ బట్ దట్ ఈస్ వన్ పాయింట్, నెగిటివ్ పాయింట్. పాజిటివ్ పాయింట్, ఈవెన్ ఫ్రమ్ ద పాండ్, బురదలోంచి కూడా కమలం పుట్టింది కదా. బురదను మనం విదిలించుకుంటాం, కానీ ఆ బురదలోంచే వచ్చింది కదా. సో we should nurture positive thinking.
Always be positive.
We should nurture positive thinking. If Singhal has fight, if any fighter will not be permanent till such time. It is just like running race lo manaki icharu unde the torch. The torch was, initial torch bearer was Singhal, but it was carried on by his successors. So, the onus of responsibility lies on us also to carry the torch for its ultimate success. So, it is our responsibility also is there. It is my responsibility, everybody should think like you, as you rightly told Kaleshwarrao. But that is lacking. పక్కవాడికి వచ్చింది మనకెందుకులే, ఒరే బాబు నీ మెడ మీద ఏదో నువ్వే తీసేయన్నట్టు, అరే నీ చొక్క మీద ఏదో పడిందంటే నీ చేత్తోనే తీసేయన్నట్టు. సో దట్ ఈస్ ది lethargy attitude of lethargical attitude that we must desist. ఇప్పుడు ఇవన్నీ ఈ ఏజ్లో మనం నేర్చుకోవాల్సినవా? వీఆర్ విత్ వన్ ఫుట్ ఇన్ ది గ్రేవ్. ఇవాళ రేపు మనం we will, even at this stage, if the wisdom dawn on our mind, then we are not worth living. Dr. Subbe garu, can we?
to our association also. You please convey the same, the message by our Srinivasa Murthy garu ichinaటువంటి message. I request you all to convey to all our friends. And some YouTube link will be there. Let it be translated into Telugu and Hindi, and let it be distributed to all. Should go to viral. It should be viral in all, in Facebook, in all groups, BBN group, Sudhakar garu. You should see that in all groups, SBI, all. అందరూ ఎవరికి టచ్ ఉండే అన్ని గ్రూపుల్లో పంపించాలి. ఏ మేడం మీ ఏదైనా ఉమెన్ గ్రూప్ ఏదైనా ఉంటాయి, బికాజ్ మెనీ ఆర్ వెరీ పెసిమిస్టిక్. అరే ఇదేమవుతుంది అని చెప్తుంటారు, చూస్తున్నారు కదా. మీకు కూడా ఎన్నిసార్లు చెప్పాను, గుర్తున్నా మీకు ఒకసారి. ఇట్ విల్ టేక్ టైమ్ బట్ విల్ గెట్ ఇట్. సార్ మెసేజ్ని అన్నీ దాన్ని కన్వర్ట్ చేసి హిందీ, తెలుగులోకి, ఇంగ్లీష్ తెలుగులోకి ఒక యూట్యూబ్ మెసేజ్ని అందరికీ పంపాలి. ఆల్ గ్రూప్స్ అండ్ యువర్ గ్రూప్స్ ఇన్ ఫేస్బుక్, ఇన్ ఇన్స్టా ఆర్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి, అండ్ ఆల్సో ఇన్ ఎక్స్, ట్విట్. ఫేస్బుక్లో అందరూ మెంబరే కదా, ఆ ఫేస్బుక్లో గ్రూప్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దాంట్లో కూడా సార్ ఓకేనా. ఫేస్బుక్లో గ్రూప్స్ కూడా అన్ని పంపించేస్తే పోతుంది. మీకు జస్ట్ ఒక్క నిమిషం కూర్చోండి, 5 minutes. అదే సార్ నేను ఒకటి అడుగుదాం అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఐ వుడ్ లైక్ టు ఆస్క్ యూ వన్ క్వశ్చన్. ప్లీజ్, వాట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఆన్ 22nd? విల్ ఇట్ కమ్ ఫస్ట్ ఆర్ ఎనీ టీచర్స్ కేసెస్ బిఫోర్ అవర్ కేస్? 22nd July.
I cannot explain, I cannot say, I am not, because I am not the, we are not the authority to say that. Authoritatively I cannot say it. But, no, it will come, but it will come. One thing, there could be so many reasons. Off the record I can say, so you have, when it will come, Bolke you told.
Yes, on that day.
Say, here I would like to answer this question. Usually manipulations takes place, especially in the cases. Even in our Singhal case, when IB has given, Supreme Court gave orders IBA to, directing IBA to submit its report. Mallikarjun Rao committee report, especially Mallikarjun Rao committee report is also there. That was in cold storage, I know it, updation of pension. Subsequently also, the case was adjourned to coinciding with the finance minister's review meeting. Here I make an emphasis. Usually these things happen. Family pension announcement. For this I am giving answer. Family pension announcement gave by finance ministry officials during the review meeting. On that day, all UFBU leaders were staged in the hotels, residing in the hotels in Bombay. They thought they would be involved, but giving scant respect to their presence, government on its own, they have announced family pension announcement. These people shamelessly, they hanged their heads in shame. Of course, no leader can afford to feel shame, because shame is, for them it is nothing but dunupotu మీద వర్షం పడ్డట్టు. So, in our Singhal case also, 3 adjournments coinciding with the finance minister's review meeting had happened. First Supreme Court judgment date, next day, same day evening, same day, review meeting also. That means I could read that morning judgment, if judgment comes, there is a possibility. I am telling about the possibility. Evening announcement may come, then it becomes, it is not sub judice. One meeting was postponed by virtue of our abrupt visit to US by the Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman. The meeting was postponed, immediately the case was also adjourned. Second time also it happened like that. For some reason or the other, meeting postponed, case also adjourned. So, if one stray incident is there, okay, we can understand. If there are 3-4 instances similar happens, we must think some arrangement is going to be made. Similarly, here also I am expecting a review meeting is due after June. Because all balance sheets are finalized. After finalization of the balance sheets, a review meeting bound to take place for the Finance Ministry. Perhaps they may coincide with our judgment also. There is a possibility because of the previous instances. There is a precedence. Because of that precedence only, I am hoping. But I am not hoping against hope. But there is a valid point in my hope. So, hope is the light of the life. Hope is the light of the life. Without hope, we cannot live. So, that is how I take your question. I think whether I have answered properly or not, I do not know. Hello, here, that's why Justice Suryakant also told one thing. He told that registry is a nasty register, but at the same time, he also told vociferously, justice delayed is not justice, justice delayed is not justice denied, it is justice destroyed. He went one word ahead. He told destruction of justice. Delay of justice is nothing but destruction of justice. So, coinciding all these points, let us hope, certainly we are going to get, perhaps there is a remote possibility is there that they may coincide with the review meeting with the Finance Ministry.
So, dear friends, we have been hearing him untiringly. He has been speaking for 1.5 hours roughly. So, more than, of course, we expected this. It was very nice. So, it's actually we wanted to honor him in the beginning itself, but since more number will be there now, we are honoring him at the end of the speech. Just a formality, that's all. Just our gesture from our end. బాగుంటుంది అందరు బ్యాంక్ ఒకసారి ఇది కాగానే ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ ఉంటుంది, ఇది కాగానే చేద్దాం. అదే తప్పకుండా, యు ఆర్ అబ్సల్యూట్లీ రైట్.
Sir, my name is CHSRLN Sharma. My age is 71 years. I am from Indian Bank. I am Indian Bank retiree. Thank you, sir. Thank you, B.S. Murthy garu.
It's our honor to honor our Sharma garu for organizing this. లే రండి ఇక్కడ, మీరు రావాలి. ఇది మీకు ఆప్షన్ ఏం లేదు ఇందులో, పెన్షన్ పెన్షన్ పిఎఫ్ ఆప్షన్ లాగా ఎట్లేం లేదు. ఇమ్మీడియట్ సైలెంట్ వర్కర్.
అప్పుడు సింగ్లా గారు ఆయన ఎఫ్డీలన్నీ సాక్రిఫైస్ చేశాడు కోర్టు కోసం అని. మరి అంతా చెప్పండి.
స్టిల్
ఆయన టైము
ఒక
అన్నీ సాక్రిఫైస్ చేశాడు.
నిజం, అట్లాంటి వాళ్ళు ఉండబట్టే మనం అసలు ఈరోజు కనీసం ఈ మాత్రం అన్నాం ఉన్నాము ఇవాళ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్, థ్యాంక్స్ ఫర్ యువర్
శర్మ గారు
ఇనిషియేటివ్.
కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉంటారు. జస్ట్ ఇమ్మీడియట్గా నేను ఇట్లా మూర్తి గారు చెప్పారంటే ఈ రెస్పాండెడ్
వాట్ ఎవర్ మే బి ద కాస్ట్ హియర్ వీ విల్ టేక్ కేర్ అని చెప్పారు. నా పేరు
పిసి వెంకట సుబ్బయ్య సార్. I have retired as a Union Bank as senior manager. Now we are Union Bank of India. And he is our batchmate, sir.
He is the Deputy General Secretary of Union Bank of India Retirees Association, Hyderabad, AP.
And he is our colleague. He is a very nice person, always organizing this type of this thing. Immediately when I asked me, yes, I am here. He told me.
yesterday afternoon only he told me about organizing. In fact, I was planning to organize in my foundation itself in Nagol.
He only advised me according to his wishes. Okay, sir.
Okay, Jnanakumar, Komaraju Venkata Jnanakumar. So I retired from Union Bank only as a senior manager, faculty in Staff College, Bangalore. Then Murthy. So Union Bank of India. Same, Venkateswara and we worked in, of course, city also, and in Varanasi also we worked together. ఏమండి దాంట్లో ఉంది నా పేరే. యాక్చువల్గా ఈయన పేరు ఉండాలి ముందు, నేను చూడలేదు, పెట్టేసి పంపించేశాడు. ఎందుకంటే ఆయనే యాక్చువల్గా టోటల్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ చేసింది. నేను ఓన్లీ ఈ పార్ట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. సో ఈ యాక్టివిటీస్లో ఇది కాకుండా
In fact, when Venkata Subbaya garu contacted me and I told, don't spend much money. It is hard-earned money, friend of our retirees. Let us not go for luxuries and pomp and show. Even I don't mind to address. Even 5 people are there, I will address. Don't go for big gathering. Don't take pains to mass and all this pomp and show. Even 10-15 people are sufficient for us. I will convey what I want to convey. Provided I made it a condition that it should be properly covered by a video coverage so that it will go nook and corner of the country. That is more important.
So as requested by him, I tried to arrange this program in my foundation itself. I am having a hall here, but only thing is AC is not working there. So I thought in the summer I don't want to trouble everyone. So we have shifted the venue to Thyagarayagasabha because we will be conducting a lot of cultural programs here. I know the length and breadth, ins and outs of this organization. So we don't want much crowd. If you want much crowd, we have to engage the ground floor. So I thought Maruthi Hall is better for us, and AC also will be working, because when somebody is telling, he should have initiative to tell, because if everything atmosphere is okay, and we also will have a good atmosphere to listen. So that is why we have shifted it here, and thank you all for coming here, and thanks to Devalapalli Srinivas Murthy garu. Devalapalli Krishnamurti Shastri garu gurinchi vinnam. Ayana rachayita, ayana speaker. ఫస్ట్ ఎక్కడెక్కడి నుంచో వచ్చిన అందరికి కూడా, నెల్లూరు నుంచి కూడా పొద్దున వారు ఫోన్ నెల్లూరు మీరే కదా ఫోన్ చేశారు పొద్దున. అదే దేర్ వాజ్ సమ్ కన్ఫ్యూజన్ ఇన్ ద అచ్చా మీరు కొలీగ్స్. అదే వీళ్ళ వేరే వర్డ్ దాంట్లో సుబ్బయ్య గారు పంపించారు, అందులో బై మిస్టేక్ 17th అని వచ్చినట్టుంది. నేను కూడా ఫస్ట్ బ్యానర్ చేసినప్పుడు చూశాను, తర్వాత నేనే చూసి మళ్ళీ 16th కరెక్ట్ చేశాను. అదే కరెక్టే. ఎస్, అబ్సల్యూట్లీ చెప్పాలి. రండి, మీ ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేసుకొని చెప్పేయండి, అయిపోతుంది. మీ ఫస్ట్ మీరు పరిచయం చేసుకొని.
నమస్తే అండి, నా పేరు కాళేశ్వరరావు. నెల్లూరు సిండికేట్ బ్యాంక్లో విఆర్ఎస్ ఇస్తున్నాను. 2001లో 72 నవంబర్ విజయవాడలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. 74 నుంచి నెల్లూరులోనే ఉన్నాను. నేను అబ్జర్వ్ చేసిన మనకు వాట్సాప్లో వచ్చిన మెసేజెస్ అన్నీ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్గా ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తున్నారు. దయచేసి చేయకండి. నేను వాటిని ఒకసారి కన్ఫర్మ్ చేసుకొని మా దగ్గర సర్టిఫికేట్లు ఉన్నాయి, పలానా నెంబర్ ఆయన చెప్పాడు, ఈ చెప్పాడు, దాన్ని అట్నే దోచేస్తున్నారు. నాకు ఇప్పుడు ఏం గుర్తొచ్చిందంటే, చిన్నప్పుడు మేము మా ఊర్లో బజార్లో బిజినెస్ చేసేవాళ్ళు, వాళ్ళు చిమ్మి సెంటర్, వీళ్ళు చిమ్మి సెంటర్ పోసేవాళ్ళు. బస్సు వచ్చేసరికి మళ్ళీ ఎవరి దుమ్ము వాళ్ళకే వస్తున్నది. అలా ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తున్నారు. వచ్చిన ప్రతిదాన్ని సింపుల్గా ఫార్వర్డ్ చేస్తున్నారు, పూర్తిగా చదవటం లే. నన్ను కొంతమంది ఫోన్ చేసి, అన్న ఏదో పంపించినట్టున్నావు ఏందంట. నేను కష్టపడి 2 పేజీలు రాస్తే చదివి అడగాల డౌట్ ఉంటే, అటు ఊరికి నేను ఓపెన్ చేసి అన్న ఏదో పంపించినట్టున్నావు ఏం రాసావని, ఏం రాసి చెప్పేదానికి నేను ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి అక్కడ ఫోన్ చేశాను. నా అనుభవం దృష్ట్యా చెప్తున్నా, ఫార్వర్డ్ చేయండి. నిన్న ఒక ఇష్యూ వచ్చింది నాకు, ఎక్కడో కాలేజీ, పుత్తూరు కాలేజీలో ర్యాగింగ్ జరిగిందని. అది ర్యాగింగ్ కాదు యాక్చువల్గా, నేను పొరపాటున దాన్ని ఫార్వర్డ్ చేసి కలెక్టర్, తిరుపతి కలెక్టర్కి, ఏసీకి, డిఆర్ఓకి, ఎస్పీకి. ఎందుకంటే నాకు 2008 నుంచి నేను బీజేపీ తరఫున ఎలక్షన్ సబ్జెక్ట్ చూస్తున్నాను నెల్లూరులో 2023 దాకా. మొత్తం స్టేట్లో ఉండే అన్ని జిల్లా కలెక్టర్లు, ఎస్పీలతో కరస్పాండెన్స్ ఉంది నా దగ్గర. అందువల్ల నేను పెట్టేసిన డౌట్ వచ్చి మళ్ళీ పుత్తూరు కాలేజీకి ఫోన్ చేస్తే, సార్ అది 9 months అయిపోయింది, ఆ పిల్లవాడు అమ్మాయి విషయంలో గొడవ పడ్డారట, కేసు అయిపోయింది, క్లోజ్ అయిపోయిందండి నేను మళ్ళీ సారీ చెప్తూ వాళ్ళకి పంపించా, ఎవరు ఎస్పీకి వాళ్ళకి. మళ్ళీ నాకు కలెక్టర్ ఆఫీస్ నుంచి ఫోన్ వచ్చింది, ఇది పూర్తిగా ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయమని. ఎస్పీ గారు నోటీస్ అందరూ పంపించారు. మళ్ళీ వాళ్ళందరికీ క్షమాపణ చెప్పుకుంటూ పొరపాటున పంపించాను, దయచేసి ఏమనుకోవద్దని. కాబట్టి వాట్సాప్ గ్రూప్లో వచ్చేయి నిజమా కాదా నిర్ధారణ చేసుకోండి, వీలైతేనే పంపించండి. తర్వాత ఇంకొక విషయం, రిప్ పెట్టే విషయంలో నేను గమనించా. ఎవరైనా ఒక పేరు చనిపోయాడు అని ఫోటో పెడితే అక్కడ పేరు కానీ లేకపోతే రిప్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు ఈ పంపించినవాడు చనిపోయినట్టు అర్థం వస్తున్నది. బ్యాక్ కొట్టేసి రిప్ అని రాస్తున్నారు. అంతే, మూడు అక్షరాలు. నీకు తెలిస్తే ఆ కుటుంబానికి సంతాపం తెలియజేయండి, లేదా ఊళ్ళో ఉంటే పోయి పలకరించరండి. వాళ్ళ ఫ్యామిలీకి ఏమైనా ఇబ్బందులు ఉన్నాయా, ఫైనాన్షియల్గా ఏమైనా అవసరం ఉందా, 10 రూపాయలు ఇవ్వాల్సి ఉంటే ఇవ్వండి. ఆ ఫోటో తీసుకోండి, ఫోటో తీసుకుని ఆయన సంతాపం తెలియజేయండి. కుటుంబ సభ్యులకి సంతాపం తెలిస్తే వాడు సంతోషిస్తారు. మా ఆయన యూనియన్ అండి తెగ తిరుగుతుంటాడు, కనీసం పోయిన తర్వాత 10 మంది అన్న వచ్చారని ఆమెన్న సంతోషపడద్ది. అట్లా కాకుండా మనం గ్రూపులో నా పేరు పడేదానికి రిప్ అని కొట్టేసి పంపించిన ఆయన పోయినట్టు, ఎవరు పోయినట్టు నేను చాలా చూసి ఆ విధంగా. అట్లా పంపించొద్దాయి అంటే అట్నే పంపిస్తున్నారు. మళ్ళీ చదువుకున్నారు, స్మార్ట్ ఫోన్ వాడడం కాదు, స్మార్ట్గా ఉండడం నేర్చుకోండి. అది కొంచెం మిగతా వాళ్ళకు కూడా చెప్పండి ఆ విషయం. ఈ నా అనుభవం కాబట్టి చెప్తున్నాను. ఇది మామూలు మూర్తి గారు చెప్పేది మూర్తి గారి చేతిలో లేదు, ఆయన చేతిలో ఉంటే రేపు పాస్ చేస్తాడు, అది మన చేతిలో కూడా ఏం లేదు.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ ఫర్ యువర్ నైస్ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్. తర్వాత మన కేవీ రావు గారు ఇంట్రొడక్షన్.
నా పేరు కె వెంకటేశ్వరరావు అండి, యూనియన్ బ్యాంక్లో వర్క్ చేస్తాను, రిటైర్ అయ్యాను యాజ్ ఎ చీఫ్ మేనేజర్.
అంతర్జాతీయంగా కనిపించాలంటే వేదిక మీదకి రావాలి.
హలో సార్, ఐఎమ్ మోహన్ కుమార్ అండి, యూనియన్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియాలో రిటైర్ అయ్యాను.
మోహన్ కుమార్ గారు ఇప్పుడు మాట్లాడుతున్నారు.
నా పేరు ఆర్ఎస్ఆర్ ప్రసాద్ అండి, నేను సిండికేట్ బ్యాంక్ నుంచి రిటైర్ అయ్యి వచ్చాను.
ఓకే,
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ ఎవ్రీబడి. నేను పిఎస్ వెంకటేశ్వర్లు, సిండికేట్ బ్యాంక్ నుంచి రిటైర్ అయ్యాను. ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
రైట్ సార్.
నా పేరు కేవీఆర్ రామయ్య, సిండికేట్ బ్యాంక్ నుంచి 2001లో విఆర్ఎస్ తీసుకున్నాను, లాస్ట్ బ్రాంచ్ జబల్పూర్.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం అండి, నా పేరు జేపీ సుధాకర్, నేను ఇండియన్ ఓవర్సీస్ బ్యాంక్ నుంచి రిటైర్ అయ్యానండి.
హలో, నా పేరు గొడవర్తి నంబెరుమాళ్ళు. 1967లో యూనియన్ బ్యాంక్ విజయవాడలో జాయిన్ అయ్యాను. వారణాసిలో రిటైర్ అయ్యాను 2002లో.
గుడ్ మార్నింగ్ ఎవ్రీవన్. నా పేరు రామకృష్ణారావు, నేను యూనియన్ బ్యాంక్లో పనిచేసి రిటైర్ అయ్యాను. ఐఎమ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆదిలాబాద్. మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ మై సర్వీసెస్ వర్ ఇన్ ఆదిలాబాద్ ఓన్లీ. ఐ రిటైర్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ మై ఆదిలాబాద్ బ్రాంచ్ ఓన్లీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఐఎమ్ ఫ్రమ్ యూనియన్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా.
సుధాకర్ పాస్ ఆగి
నమస్కారం అండి అందరికీ. నా పేరు నాగమణి. నేను యూనియన్ బ్యాంక్ ఆఫ్ ఇండియా నుంచి రిటైర్ అయ్యాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ ఫర్ యువర్ నైస్ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్. అండ్ ఇక్కడ ఈ స్టేజ్ మీద ఏమేమి మాట్లాడారో ఎవరెవరు మాట్లాడారో అన్నీ కూడా కవర్ అవుతాయి. ఎన్ని రోజులైనా ఎన్ని సంవత్సరాలైనా చూసుకోవచ్చు. లింక్ ఆల్రెడీ పెట్టాను గ్రూప్లో. సో అందుకనే ఇప్పుడు రాలేని వాళ్ళు ఉంటారనేసి ముందు అనుకున్నామంటే ముందే పెడితే ఎవరు రారనేసి మీటింగ్ స్టార్ట్ అయ్యాక 12 o'clock ఆ టైంలో గ్రూప్లో మా గ్రూప్స్లో కూడా అన్నింటిలో పోస్ట్ చేశాను. సో ఈ వాల్యుబుల్ స్పీచ్ ఏదైతే ఉందో అది అందరూ వినొచ్చు. కావాలంటే మళ్ళొకసారి ఏమైనా అప్డేషన్స్ ఉంటే మరొకసారి కూడా మన ఇట్లాంటి అవకాశం తీసుకొని మనం కవర్ చేయడానికి వీలుంటుంది. సో మనకు అందరికీ కూడా కొంచెం మినీ లంచ్ అనుకోవచ్చు. కర్డ్ రైస్ ఉంది, అది తీసుకోండి. టొమాటో రైస్ కూడా ఉంది. ఓకే, అది తీసుకొని ఎందుకంటే ఇంటికి వెళ్ళేదాకా జాయినింగ్ టైం లాగా కాస్త ఇంటర్వ్యూ లాగా పనిచేస్తుంది అనేసి కొన్ని తెప్పించడం జరిగింది. థ్యాంక్స్ టు శర్మ గారు అండ్